What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Elden Ring All Bosses walkthrough. We have just made it to Altus Plateau, which the western part of Altus Plateau is going to be the subject of this video. Altus Plateau is huge, there's a lot to do, so this is going to be a guide as to the western part of it before we get into the royal capital. So, real quick, just to go over how to get here. So last episode was the Runestrewn Precipice, so that's how we got to this point. So if you continue through Liurnia, through this little ravine, climb all the way to the top, defeat Magma Worm Makar, and that will bring you to right where I am right now. The other way to the second of three ways to get here is by activating the Grand Lift of Dectus. There are two halves of the medallion that you need to activate it. The first half is in Fort Height, very early in the game. You just need to get to the very top of the tower there, and it's in the chest. The second half, excuse me. The second half is over here in Fort Feroth in Caelid. Same thing, you'll just have to go through there, get to the top, and open the chest. It will have it in it. Fort Feroth is in Dragon Barrow, which is a much higher level area than what we're used to right now. So as you're going through there, just try to avoid the enemies as much as you can, and just grab the medallion and get out. And then the third way of getting there is by getting captured by the Abductor Virgin in the bottom of Raya Lucaria. You have to die to its grab attack specifically. If you do that, you'll get teleported over to this area, the Subterranean Inquisition Chamber. And if you beat the bosses at the end, then you're able to exit out into Altus Plateau itself. But that's a little bit more the complicated way of doing it, because it is a higher level area than what you're probably at when you are actually in Raya Lucaria. So definitely recommended that you do the Runestrewn Precipice or activate the Grand Lift of Dectus. Speaking of which, we're going to go there real quick so I can show you what that looks like. Alright, so we have both halves of the medallion. We're going to come up here right in between these torches and click Hoist Medallion. Alright, and here we are at the top of the lift, and here in Altus Plateau. You can hoist the medallion to go back down if you want to, but it's kind of pointless, so I don't know why you'd want to do that. But yeah, so as we go up here, you can see that Raya's here. We can talk to her real quick.
I've been waiting for you. I knew you had the stuff of champions. I hereby invite you to the Volcano Manor. Take my hand and have audience with my mistress.
Okay, so here we have the option to, because we've progressed Raya's questline far enough at this point, she's inviting us to Volcano Manor, which the natural way of getting there is to, journey there physically through Mount Gelmir. But because we have done her questline enough, she's willing to take us there immediately, so we can skip over a whole bunch of the stuff that you would normally have to go through. For the sake of just showing you what that looks like, we're gonna accept her invitation.
I will pray.
But once we get there, we're just gonna leave right away after we grab the Site of Grace. here we are in Volcano Manor. So again, if you want to skip over Mount Gelmir and just get straight here to, do everything that you can here, that is an option for you. Yeah, so since this is an episode for Altus Plateau, though, we're going to go ahead and go back to the abandoned coffin site of Grace and begin making our way through the area. Alright, so in this first portion of Altus Plateau, we're down in a little lake area. Again, we don't have the map yet, so can't really show you what it looks like on the map itself. But there are 2 mini dungeons in this area that we're going to go to. Start by coming over here to the northwest. Get over here. The mini dungeon over here does require a stone sword key, so make sure you have one at the ready. Before we do that, we're going to go through these ruins real quick and grab a few items. Watch out for the Omenkiller right there. We're now at the point of the game where Omenkillers are normal enemies and not really bosses anymore, although there still is a boss version that we'll find a little bit later on in a duo fight. Okay, so we got those Perfumer bottles. And then we just drop down here, and here's the entrance to the catacombs. This actually is 2 stone sword keys that you need. Alright, so let's make our way through here. I thought there was an item that I ran past. I didn't realize it was the summoning pool thing. Hello, scaly Misbegotten. As I've mentioned before, I get catacombs and caves and tunnels like all mixed up with each other so frequently that it has to be like a pretty unique one for me to remember. Oh yeah, this is how you get through this one. Like this is the secrets in it, but most of them just kind of mixed together in my mind. Alright, we'll keep making our way through the natural pathway of these catacombs. As we make our way into here, you'll see the boss door. It is of course closed. We need to find the switch, and that switch is right there. Forgot that omen drops down, so be careful not to get smushed by him. Now backtracking a little bit as we get into this room, we can drop right down. I can't remember if there's any actually Misbegotten in here that are alive. Ah, that one is. Here, one more. Want to make sure they don't sneak up on us as we pass by them. Pull the lever. this item real quick. Rattling Pate. We now have, I think, most, if not all of those at this point. Alright, we'll go ahead and take on the boss now. Which is... Perfumer, Tricia, and Misbegotten Warrior. So with this fight, you want to focus on Tricia first. Because she's gonna, like, cast these, basically, like, invincibility shields on the Misbegotten. Which obviously just makes the fight much harder. So if you can get rid of her first, that is ideal. Boom. Wow, I'm surprised I did not kill. There we go. Alright, then we get the Perfumer Tricia Spirit Ash. Super nice. And we'll make our way back to the abandoned coffin side of Grace. Alright, one more mini dungeon to explore in this lower area. As we come through this. I don't know if you can call this a lake because of how shallow it is. As we go through this wetland. I just want to come over here to the right side. And where are you? Here we go. Into the Sage's Cave. Okay, I do remember this one. This one has 2 bosses in it. Illusory Wall here. One of them absolutely sucks. We call him Gary. You'll see what his actual name is, but he sucks. I hate fighting him. Alright, another wall here. Open these chests. There is a wall over here to the left. Beautiful. Bunch of chests for us to open in here. Beautiful. Okay. Let's keep on moving. Alright, more skeletons in this one, including a giant one with this axe. This guy has like crazy poise. Like I don't know if it's actually even possible to poise break him. So just keep whittling away and he'll get him down eventually. Just don't forget to, you know, finish him off. Go. Perfect. By the way, if you've played any of the Dark Souls games, you'll know about mimics. There are no mimic chests in Elden Ring in terms of, like, you know, if you open it, something's going to reach out and, like, grab you and hurt you. There are the transporter chests that we've, you know, seen a couple of at this point. Those are the ones you need to worry about, but there's really only, like, 3 of them in the game or something like that. Okay, Raptor's Black Feathers. This is an excellent armor item. So this talisman that we've got on right now, the Claw Talisman, enhances our jump attacks. The Raptor's Black Feathers has the exact same effect. So if you didn't want to spend that on a ring and instead wear that as an armor set, you have that option available to you now. So pretty cool. Alright, boss number 1 of this cave. It is, in fact, Gary. See, his actual name is Necromancer Garris. Watch out for that skull right there. It is actually a snail. Just try to take him out so he's not following you throughout the rest of the battle. The reason that Gary is annoying is because he just spends the entire fight just doing crap like this. And these spells just, like, last forever. And if you get hit by all of those at once, like, you're toast. And then more of these freaking snails will come in and join the fight. Luckily, we're a little bit more leveled up right now because we did go through Caled before this. So we're at least able to handle him pretty well. But even then, see, look at that, like, almost dead. It's just so easy to get wombo comboed in this thing. So there we go. Gary down. Hallelujah. Hate that guy. I usually die to him a couple of times. But yeah. So, as I mentioned, that is one of 2 bosses in this cave. So we'll head back out over here. Jump back over. And then, oh wait, no. I went way too far back. Oh yeah, it's just right here. I was like, wait a minute, this is wrong. Alright, and then here's the other boss. I actually can't remember who the other one in this cave is because Gary just pisses me off so much. Oh no, okay, Black Knife Assassin. This Black Knife Assassin specifically is invisible. You can try to look out for it where you'll see like it step in the pool of water. But be careful if it gets you. Without you seeing her, like, she'll do a grab attack that has 100%, like, it will always work. So be very careful when she's running towards you. Just be ready to attack. I have no clue where she is right now. Oh, she's gonna get us. Alright, the other way to handle this fight is there is an item called a Sentry's Torch. You can find that if you have in your offhand, it will constantly illuminate her, so you'll always be able to see where she's at. Honestly, can't remember if we have that torch or not yet. There we go. But you can, still take her out just like that. It's really just about watching the steps in the water and being careful. Let's see if we have the Sentry's Torch in our inventory, because I can't remember. And if we don't, I honestly don't remember where you find it. Okay, we don't. Okay, so we would have had to fight her like that anyway. Trying to remember, I can't remember where the Sentry's Torch is, but if you're like, I don't want to deal with an invisible enemy, like, always come back later once you have gotten that torch, and the fight is obviously much easier once you can tell where she's at. I didn't know that on my first playthrough, and I was like, how the crap are you supposed to beat this boss? This is some bull. And, but yeah, it took me a minute to figure that out. Alright, let's level up real quick. We're also going to pass the time, because, man, like, I feel like every time we enter a new area, it's nighttime, and we don't get to really enjoy just the beauty of these areas during the day. Even right now, it's foggy. Like, the weather on this playthrough, it just hates us. It is so obnoxious. Okay, whatever. I give up. We're just gonna keep moving forward. Alright, as we were making our way up here, be careful, there are some omen. Alright, and then as we continue up, Oh, there we go. We just had to move more forward, and now the sky's starting to brighten. So cool. I love Altus Plateau. All right. As we make our way up here, we're actually going to be coming across our next boss. But similar to Glintstone Dragon Adula, this is Ancient Dragon Lansseax. She's going to disappear after we take her down to 50% health. This is the first Ancient Dragon you'll likely be coming across in your playthrough. They work much differently than your average dragons do. Very different move sets in general. As you can see, she is like just imbued with lightning all over, and there's a lot of lightning attacks because of that. But yeah, not even at 50 HP, like she teleports away. We won't have to wait as long as we do for Adula to take her out. She is just in Altus Plateau just a little bit later on, so we'll be able to finish that fight off not far from now. But yeah, continue making our way forward. And here we are in the main section of Altus Plateau. Just absolutely gorgeous. I remember on my first playthrough getting here and just being blown away that there was still so much left in this game. Like everything that we have done up to this point, like that's just, it's huge. There's so much there, and we've barely scratched the surface. Like I'm looking at everything else that we have to do in this playthrough, and it's like we're not even close, not even remotely close to the end. Like we're not even halfway through. So a lot more content to come in this playthrough, and I'm very excited for. If you have progressed Millicent's questline up to this point, if you're wondering how to get that questline started, feel free to watch my Kaled episode, and we go over that and how to start this whole thing. She appears here as her next spot.
Ah, we meet again. In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me. The scarlet rot has stilled since last we met. As such, I've been able to continue my journey. Though rather vexingly, I realized that if I still had my sword arm, I could have aided you in battle. Now I'm tracing the path Melania took, after unleashing the power of the Scarlet Rot during her battle with General Radahn in the Kaled Wilds. I should like to meet her. This vanished woman. I think she's in the north, in the lands that lie beyond the Erdtree. Now, she's passed into the lands that lie beyond.
She tells us that she's following Millennia's path, and Millennia is going to be one of the last bosses that we fight in the base game. But yeah, so we're just going to help her along on her quest. Okay, we'll go ahead and rest up real quick and begin the rest of Altus Plateau. Alright, so first things first, we're going to grab this golden seed right here. And then we're going to make our way up to the left over here. You can see there is a catacomb statue up here, letting us know that we are near one. But first, you can see the B-side quivers because there is a Tibia Mariner here. Now, be careful with this one. He's going to summon this giant skeleton who's going to try to shoot a laser at you right away. If you just kind of get behind him, you won't have to worry about him. And then he's going to teleport all the way over here. Summon that skeleton again. Oof. Nice, and that should be it. Boom. So that will reward us with wow, words. That will reward us with some death root. Oh, these guys are actually tied to that Tibia Mariner.
full. There are a couple of items over here we can grab real quick. I'm so sorry for the sniffling and the stuffy nose sound. I cannot get over this cold. It's been like 2 weeks. It still hasn't gone away. It's a little obnoxious. Okay. Now over here you'll see the site of grace, and we have reached Mount Gelmir. So that means we're not going to continue on past this point. In this episode, we're going to leave Mount Gelmir for its own episode there, but we'll grab that site of grace so we can easily come back to it. Man. Now, if we come up here, we will make it to the catacombs that statue is pointing towards. Right up here. Alright, now there is a trap right away. You can see like the holes on this wall letting you know there's going to be some arrows that will pop out. You'll see the pressure plate right there, so we're going to step it right around and then head down the elevator. Alright, and then we're going to want to get back on that, so I'm not going to send that back up. Alright. Whoop. Alright, you'll see that guy on the wall. Be careful though, because as is the case normally with fanged imps, they are ready for an ambush. Okay, ooh, we almost got freaking plunged upon by those guys. You'll see another pressure plate there for a trap. A bunch of these putrid corpses, they're going to spawn infinitely, so we're not even going to worry about them. We will take the time to take out this laying down knight, though. Oh, whatever. That should have been a jump over that. Oh, he dropped a shield. Right on. Alright, up the ladder we go. Watch out for that pressure plate. Fanged imp statue here. What? Did you see that? Tell me I'm not crazy. It was targeting one of the putrid corpses down clear in the other room, instead of the fanged imp that just dropped down in front of me. Like, what is that? Alright, I can't remember how many of these we have. Okay, we got plenty, so we'll go ahead and use one here. Because I can't remember what exactly is in here. Lightning Scorpion Charm. Awesome. Alright, this is similar to the other catacombs we did earlier in the game, where this platform will rise and try to smash us against those spikes. We're just going to run all the way across to this imp. Boom. Got another Lanedale Knight in here. Almost got hit by that ambush. Lever has been pulled. We're able to go to the boss. Oh, whatever. I can't remember if there's anything underneath. Yes, there is. Oh. So that trap comes from the sky. You can see all the holes up there. The sky. Wow. The ceiling. Oh, and then giant crab in here. 2 giant crabs. And a cookbook. Come on, open quickly. Thank you. I wonder if that's another ceiling one. Looks like it. Alright, and then just back up the elevator and we'll be able to take on the boss, which I believe is a Erdtree burial watchdog, so shouldn't be very difficult. This way. Sure enough. Nice stagger. You can see his tail is electrified. We're in a pool of water, so naturally any lightning attacks are gonna be extra bad. Alright. Oops. And there we go. Alright, so that's going to be it for this little upper area leading to the Mount Galmir. Gosh, couldn't think of the word there. So we're going to teleport back to the Erdtree Gazing Hill side of Grace. And now we'll make our way down into this valley. We're going to start by going left. Grab that action floor. Continue on this way. We've got a few different things that we're able to do over here. Now we come over here to the left, you'll see this troll kind of hiding out. We're just going to run past him. And there is a tunnel over here protected by Fanged Imp statue. We'll go ahead and put a couple of stone sword keys in there. Make our way down. Beware of all these exploding barrels. Any fire, obviously, will set them all off. down over here real quick. Perfect. Alright, now back in this room. We're just gonna, you can see the ladder you can drop down, but we're instead just gonna drop down onto this part. And there are a bunch of enemies down here. They're just kind of hiding out, so be careful. I'm gonna say I totally tried to jump on the railing there. Ouch. Why am I not drinking Estus? There we go. There we go. Oh, this guy's gonna try to spray fire. Alright, enough, dude. Come on. Thank you. Perfect. Yeah, so down here can get a little hairy. But we managed to survive. Alright, over there is where the boss is behind this building. But we're going to come over here to the left first. Oh, never mind. It's over here. That's the boss. I had that mixed up. So we're going to go behind this building. Bunch of smithing stones in here. Okay, now we can go take on the boss. Which I can't remember who it is here. Might be our other Stonedigger troll. Yep, alright. So Stonedigger troll. This one, there are a bunch of exploding barrels around, so that's kind of the catch is... If he manages to, hit those, then he could be in deep trouble. But we'll get a quick stagger on him. Looks like the game's not going to let us riposte. But that's okay, because he's staggered again. Oh, poor guy. That was overkill. Alright, and there we go. Okay, let's go back to the side of Grace real quick. We'll go back up the elevator. Alright, now we're going to continue going over here to the left. Make our way towards the Shaded Castle. Now, we're not going to do the Shaded Castle in this episode. I've decided to leave some of these, like, mini legacy dungeons as their own episodes. Just be able to go through them properly. So we'll grab the first side of Grace in there to be able to teleport there pretty easily. But yeah, we won't be clearing that in this episode. All right, but we'll keep coming over here to the left as we go all the way over to this little peninsula. There is an invasion that's going to happen. Well, not an invasion, but there's an NPC fight over here. Ouch. So as you can see, Malay's weapon here spreads rot, and we're actually gonna, the Antspur Rapier is what drops from doing that NPC fight. So pretty good rot spreading weapon. It is very fast, so you can get that rot to proc pretty quickly. So if you're looking to be able to take advantage of rotting bosses and enemies and stuff like that, definitely a weapon worth grabbing. Alright, and then we'll grab this item. Alright, and then yeah, let's go into the Shaded Castle. We'll grab that first Site of Grace, and then we will head back to the Erdtree Gazing Hill Site of Grace. Ah. Oh, wait a minute. There is no Site of Grace here. It's not for a while. It's like way more into it. I remembered wrong. I forgot this place is a little weird. Alright, so in that case, we're gonna just make our way back here, and then, yeah, we'll just go there on that episode dedicated to the Shaded Castle. Okay, so now pretty much everything over to the left is done. We're now going to make our way to the right by heading down into this valley again. We are able to open the chest in this. The Great Shield Talisman is great for defense, and if you're using like shields on a normal basis, definitely worth grabbing. Alright, keep heading this way. We'll eventually come upon an Everjail that we're going to go ahead and take on. And, you know, there's definitely a lot of reused bosses in this game for sure. And, you know, I don't really care all that much. I think reused bosses are fine. However, this one might be the most egregious use of a reused boss because, yeah, well, you'll just see. If you all remember Godric, well, now we have Godefroy, or, yeah, Godefroy. So it's just Phase 1 Godric again. Nothing crazy to it. He is a little beefy, though. So if you're not prepared, it could be a tough fight. But he won't go into Godric's second phase with the dragon head and everything. It's literally just Phase 1. And there we go. The reward is the Godfrey Icon Talisman. Perfect. All right. Now, oh, we didn't grab the grace up there. Dang. Okay. Well, we're gonna head back to the Erdtree Gazing Hill then, and take the long way, I guess. Alright, as you're coming through here, there's going to be a bunch of ballista and stuff trying to shoot at you, so just be careful. The alternative route to where I'm going is to go up the Grand Lift of Dectus and just grab the side of Grace that's off to the north side of it. But we're just going to make our way over here. Across this bridge, you can see the top of the Grand Lift just right over there. For whatever reason, I decided we weren't going to... Oh, that's because we got teleported with Raya. That's right. It's like, I don't know why we didn't grab this side of Grace over here. That's why. Alright, and then just right on this hill. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, if we keep heading north here, there is a boss that we can take on, which is another demi-human queen. And since there's a queen around, there's going to be a bunch of normal demi-humans, including a chief right up here. We'll just make our way down these stairs, through the fog gate. This is demi-human Queen Maggie, I want to say? Gillica. I can never remember all their names. So you can see we are very leveled up for this point of the game. So we're doing some stupid damage. And there we go. We'll grab our reward. Perfect. Now the Ritual Sword Talisman, if you've played Dark Souls, this is like the Lloyd's Sword Talisman, where if your HP is full, then your attack power is raised. So it can be pretty useful if you find yourself at max HP most of the time, which we're going to go ahead and use that instead of the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. Yeah, that's all there is for over here. So now we'll make our way back to the Altus Plateau, Side of Grace. And here we are going to, oh, it's almost nighttime as it is. We're going to go ahead and advance time to be night, because there is a Knight's Cavalry over here. You can see it right down there. Alright, we're doing some great damage here. And easy. Hopefully by this point in the game you've fought enough of these Knights Cavalries that they are not too difficult for you to take down. Okay, but now that where we are, we have two different paths. You can see one going up to the left over here, and one going straight into the capital. We're going to come over here to the left first and grab this Side of Grace. And we're actually going to wait till the end of this episode to make our way up those stairs into the capital. Let's keep our dexterity going. You can see Bach is here. And, oh, he has a... He can continue his quest line here. Hold on, I forgot. Okay, give me 1 sec. Okay, so we're going to talk to Bach. We're going to say, I have a favor to ask.
May I ask you something? Would you mind if I called you Lord? I heard that you and the other Tarnished seek the throne of the Elden Lord. Well, I devoted lord that I'd wish for. So please, if you would, allow me to call you Lord.
We'll say, okay, you can call me Lord.
You don't say. Thank you. Thank you. My lord, my lord, my lord. Please become Elden Lord. And please let I, Bok the Seamster, remain at your side.
And there we go. We are given the My Lord gesture for that.
Please do be safe on your journeys.
We love Bok. He's great. Alright. Continuing on this pathway. Got another golden seed we can grab. And we'll finally be able to grab the map fragment for this portion of Altus Plateau. Just right up here. Boom. Now, Corin's supposed to be up here. I thought we exhausted his dialogue enough to get him to move, but we might need to head back to the round table real quick and make sure he advances. So, yeah, so you can see we've got the West Altus Plateau map fragment now, so we can see everything that's over here. But yeah, let's go back to the round table real quick and talk to Corin, because he's going to pop up right here next to where we just grabbed that map fragment for his quest line.
I have been waiting for your return. I've decided to leave the round table hold after all. As I mentioned, I'm off in search of the noble gold mask. We may not meet again for some time. If there's any incantations you wish to learn, now's the moment.
We don't really care about incantations on this playthrough, so we're just going to leave. Now, if we rest at the table, he should be gone. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go back to where we just were. The Highway Junction site of grace. And then, like I said, he'll just be up towards where that map fragment was. Now, Corin's quest line is attached to one of the endings that you can get for the game. So if you're trying to pursue all endings, or at least have as many options as possible at the end of the game, then you'll want to make sure to do this. Alright, you can see him right there next to the map fragment stone.
Ah, look who we have here. How delightful to meet a familiar face, even after departing the round table hold. I've been doing some learning of my own since then, actually, and will happily pass it along to you.
Alright, then we're going to ask about the Noble Gold Mask.
I'm yet to find the noble gold mask. I suppose he'll be closer to the Erdtree. The path ahead might be perilous, but tread it I shall. Since departing the round table hold, I've come to understand, in my solitude, how little it is I truly know. I'm yet to find the noble. I suppose the path ahead might since depart. How little it is.
Okay, so we've exhausted his dialogue. Now we're going to continue moving forward. So he's looking for the Noble Gold Mask, and he's like, I can't find him. We're actually going to find him very quickly here. So he's just up ahead the road. If we continue on this pathway, we're going to pass a bunch of Lanedale soldiers. You'll see we're coming up on a minor Erdtree. However, this one, there is not an Erdtree avatar at the base of it. There is another boss that you'll be seeing soon. We come over here, there is a finger reader and a merchant, as well as a site of grace. Sup, dude? Alright, he's got some stone sword keys. And then we'll want that cookbook, and that's pretty much it. Alright, we'll grab the site of grace. Now, the way down into this little valley is, well, one of the ways you can get there anyway is by dropping down onto this broken down bridge and then getting there. But we're not going to do that quite yet. Instead, we're going to take this little sending gate that you'll see. And this is going to take us clear on the other side of the Altus Plateau. And if we turn around, we'll look and see an NPC over there, which is Goldmask. So, just for showing you what just happened, so we were just right here at the side of Grace. The sending gate just took us on the other side of this bridge that is now broken. Then we're going to come over and quote-unquote talk to Goldmask, even though he doesn't say anything to us. He just, pointing at the Erdtree. And we'll grab this item. So now that we've found him, we're going to go back to Corin and let him know. Perfect. So now if we come back over here, take that sending gate again, we'll see Corin next to Goldmask himself.
Teach you incantations as before, though we must do so quietly, such that we not disturb the great master's cogitation. The master is always deep in contemplation, while I frantically attempt to record his wisdom, the movement of his finger, and though I am yet to comprehend even the daintiest morsel of his wisdom, I know that this is my life's calling. The Golden Order has bestowed me, talentless as I am, the great duty of documentarian. May the Golden Order shine through you.
Alright, and that is all we need to do with Corin and Goldmask's questline for the moment. We will see them a little bit later in the game. But now that we're on this other side of the bridge, we're going to come over here to the right. If you go to the left, there's a little shack with a bunch of rats and an item you can grab over there if you are so inclined. But I'm trying to keep this playthrough mostly to just, get all the bosses and doing all the quest lines. So, because this game is just massive. You can just explore and explore, which I, definitely recommend. It's cool to find stuff on your own. But we'll come over here towards this village over here to the left that you'll see. We're not going to go into this village quite yet, but we are going to grab the side of Grace to be able to come back to quickly. Then we're going to head down here towards these other windmills. Now if we come over here to the right, this will take us underneath the bridge that we were just on, talking to Corin. There's a site of grace that we can grab. Alright, we'll keep moving this way. You'll see a caravan of the trolls carrying the carriage thing with a bunch of enemies. We're just gonna ignore them and show that we don't care, because there is a few nasty enemies in there. Hello. And we're gonna make our way over to these ruins straight in front of us. So if you remember Vare's questline, he gave us some curled fingers to use to like invade people. So the alternative path to doing that, if you don't want to worry about playing online and doing invasions and stuff like that, is to complete an invasion over in here. First we're going to trap down here for a boss. Alright, this is a Sanguine Noble. As you can see, he's going to be doing a lot of blood bleed attacks, so be careful. But of course we are at a pretty high level here, so nothing crazy. But yeah, he can, at a lower level, he can definitely mess you up. He's very quick to proc bleed and can just, yeah, you know, he can be rough. That Bloody Hellas is the same weapon that he was using. But we'll head back up now and take care of this invasion. If I can remember where the summon sign is. Ooh. How am I forgetting where it is? Is it over here? Ah, there it is. Alright. So it's going to ask us if we want to invade the world of Magnus the Beast Claw. We're going to say yes. As I mentioned, this is the alternative to completing Vare's questline as opposed to doing invasions. If you beat this guy... Whoa, why are we fat rolling? Hello? Oh, it's because we don't have a... Oh, shoot. We don't have a rune arc active, that's why. Alright, so Magnus is defeated. Returning to our world. And then before we return to Vare, first we're just gonna grab a side of grace over here. Alright, that dropped to Somber 6. I'm trying to remember where we're at. We're at a +6 right now. So that means we're looking for a Somber 7. Alright, if we make our way over to this pathway, if we come over here, there's a bridge for us to cross that will take us towards Mount Gelmir. Again, we're not going to do Mount Gelmir this episode, but this is a separate portion of it, so we're going to grab the side of grace that's over here at the other side of the bridge. There we are. And now we're going to go back to the Rose Church in Liurnia, just right here. If you go to the Fallen Ruins of the Lake, Side of Grace, it's the quickest way. You just head straight west, and we're going to talk to Vare.
So pleased you're here. I'm glad
you're enjoying my gift. I knew it from the very start. You have a taste for noble blood. I wish to anoint you a proper inductee. A knight to serve Luminary Moog, the Lord of Blood, and establish a new dynasty. Luminary Moog has strength, vision, and of course, love. So, what do you say, my lambkin?
We're going to say, okay, anoint me.
Yes. Who would have it any other way? Now, take this for your final trial. Soak the cloth with a maiden's blood. Normally, this ritual would involve killing one's own maiden and recanting the wisdom of the two fingers. But since you are maidenless, the blood of anyone's maiden will do.
Okay, so we have to soak that thing in the blood of a maiden. We have a few different options for this. You could go back to the Church of Inquisition here. There's a maiden right in the very beginning of the game that you could do it at. Instead, we're going to come over here to the Church of Inhibition, where we killed Vike in his invasion. And there's this maiden right here. We're going to dye cloth with the maiden's blood. You can see that prompt there. Perfect. And then head back to Vare.
My lambkin. You've completed your final trial. And with this, you are a formal inductee. A knight who will assist Luminary Moog, the Lord of Blood, in the establishment of a new dynasty. Now, give me your finger. This noble blood will be an immutable badge of honor once it settles inside of you.
Alright, then we're going to offer finger. If that's not the weirdest prompt ever.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never forget that feeling of agony, for it is what binds you to Luminary Moog, to all of us. You have the sweetest scream, my lambkin. Oh, another thing. You should have this. A medal granted by the new Moguin dynasty, with the power to grant audience with Luminary Moog. I've gone out of my way to provide one to you, but you mustn't use it just yet. The meeting must wait until the Moguin dynasty commences. Luminary Moog yet slumbers beside the divinity. We must endure a little longer.
Alright, so there you go. That is Vari's questline mostly completed. He gives you that Pureblood Knight's Medal. You can use this, so if you press A on it, it will say use. Using it will teleport you to Moog's area. We're not going to do that yet, obviously, because we're going to save that for a whole different playthrough. Moog's area is very endgame leveled as well, so if you went right now, you'd probably have a hard time. But yeah, so that is all that we need to do for his questline for now. So now that we've taken care of all of that, we're going to come back to the four-spanning Great Bridge side of Grace and make our way down towards that minor Erdtree. Just realized I was muted this whole time. So yeah, so coming out here, we're fighting this giant Wormface instead of an Erdtree avatar. There's a lot of death blight that can be spread from him. His grab attack is pretty nasty as well. It doesn't spread death blight, luckily, but it does a lot of damage. So I really don't like fighting Wormfaces in general because of the death blight. Like, it's so easy to get procced, especially when they do an attack like that. So we're not really going to take our time to kill any others in this area, but wanted to make sure we got all the bosses done. And yeah, there we go. So Wormface down, a couple of crystal tears as rewards. Alright, now if we make our way over here to the north, there is a golden seed we can grab. Just right here. Whoop. There's also a site of grace down in this area that we can grab as well. Alright, so down in this area there's also this rise that you can go to. However, there is a quest associated with it with finding 3 beasts again. Because I'm not a spell builder or anything like that, and there's not really anything associated with this as far as key items go, I'm not going to do this, but I will let you know. 2 of the beasts are fairly easy to find, but one of them can be very difficult to figure out. There is a rock up in like this area that's fake that you want to roll into that's hiding one of them. So just a heads up on that. If you do want to do that quest, then by all means. But we are going to come over here to this tunnel. You can see the entrance right there. And clear that out. Also, as I was stepped away, I realized that I can't really do a separate episode for the Shaded Castle because there is an item there that we need to get for Millicent's questline. And, well, part of that is having her available to fight a boss that's in Altus Plateau. So we are going to go there after all. Just so I can show you all of that in one conclusive step as opposed to splitting it up like I was mentioning earlier. So, no separate episode for the Shaded Castle. We're going to do that in here. Alright. Oh, both of these enemies are gold-eyed. Good for some runes. Ouch. Oh, another golden-eyed. What the heck? They're all over the place. Alright, this guy's being annoying up here. Let's go take care of him. Oop, that was a whiff. All right. Got lots of snails in here, so we'll take them out. But yeah, we've already made it to the boss. Fairly short tunnel here. Believe I saw a Crystalian in there. Is it a duo? Yes, Crystalian duo. These guys are fairly healthy. Ouch. And there we go. Nice and easy. We get to the Sommerstone Miner's Bell Bearing 2, which gives us unlimited access to some more Sommer smithing stones. So, always a good thing to grab. Okay, so before we head back to the Shaded Castle, since I decided that we're going to do that now, we're going to come to this church over here real quick. There's a few things that we want to grab. So we're going to come... Yeah, this one's probably the easiest. We'll go to this Altus Highway Junction, Site of Grace, make our way over there. This episode, just by the way, is going to be a lot of questline stuff happening as well. With the point of the game that we're at, there's a lot of things that we're able to make happen, so... We're going to be backtracking to a few areas just to progress some quest lines. Alright, but as we get over here, drop down, we're going to see our old friend Ura in this church. And he is unfortunately about to die. Alright, he drops his weapon for us, and as he goes, we are about to be invaded by Elemer. Now, Elemer is a Drake warrior. She's got some dragon incantations, as you can see, and her dual twin blade, or not dual twin blade, that doesn't make sense. Her pole blade that has two blades on it that spreads bleed. Pretty cool weapon, and upon defeating her, we're able to get it. Ouch, man. Grail's Roar. There we go. Justice for Yuria. Now, another item that is very important that she drops is this Purifying Crystal Tear. This is going to come in handy when we eventually fight Moog later in the game, because he has an attack that does some crazy damage to you that is unavoidable unless you have this. This minimizes the damage that you take. So, very, very good item to grab. And then, of course, her pole blade, as I mentioned. All right. Now, one last thing to grab as we make our way over here. Oh, wait. Where is it? I think we might have to go back up first. There's the rise I was just mentioning not too long ago. You see, oh, it disappeared. You have to do the 3 Wise Beasts quest for that. You can get back down into that area just from right here. Just a heads up on that. Okay, now... Actually, you know what? I think we might save that for later in the episode. Can't decide. I'm sorry, I'm so indecisive. No, let's grab it right now. Okay. So over here, if you remember talking to Celavis, I know it was a little bit ago at this point, he was talking about asking us to look for some amber starlight. And we're actually able to find said amber starlight right down here in front of this statue. So now that we've got that, we can... here's the entrance. I was like, I know there's a little entrance into here, and I couldn't remember where it was. Yeah, this just comes out to the pathway up. So, a little bit of an easier way to get there. But yeah, so now that we've got that Amber Starlight, we're able to take it back to Celavis. But we've got some other things that we want to do before that. Alright, so first up, we're going to go back to the Shaded Castle now. Clear out that area. A couple of key items for us to grab. I'm coming to this side of Grace because there is a spirit spring that we can jump down onto. Right over here. And boom, there we are. Now we're not going to be fully exploring the Shady Castle. I'll show you a couple of the sites of grace that are here. Obviously the boss at the end and a couple of key items to grab. But as always with every area in Elden Ring, I definitely encourage you to explore it on your own. But the purpose of these walkthroughs is just be able to show off the bosses, some ways to fight them, key items, quest lines, all that kind of stuff. There's just so much in these games that if I try to do everything and like explore every area to its fullest, it would just be so long. Alright, so Shaded Castle is full of Miyazaki's favorite thing, Poison Swamp. Also, be forewarned, there are some royal revenants that will pop up in here, which, if you've forgotten what they're like, they are horrible, nasty enemies that we like to avoid at all costs. As well as a couple perfumers. Let's see, get up there. Nope. Okay. Alright, so come over here to this ladder. Make our way to the second tier of the castle. Ouch. If you look over... Uh-oh. We might have just died. Nope, never mind. Woof. Elden Ring fall damage. Gotta love it. Did not mean to jump down here. At all. This is actually kind of good, though, because this takes us over to the first side of grace that you could grab. Just right up this ladder. You'll see this is just along the outer wall of the castle. Since we're over here, we might as well grab some items that are present over in this area. Down here is a painting we can grab with a bunch of slugs. This area on randomizer is just awful. With all these slugs hanging off the wall. So, grab that painting. That one's able to be found very soon. The reward is in Altus Plateau itself. And then we just climb back up. There's another item right here. Right. I'm actually not sure the intended way of getting that item, to be honest with you. But obviously it's nothing important, otherwise I would know how to get there. But yeah, so that's how you get to that first side of grace. And then we'll get back up to where we were. Like coming over here. Back up the ladder. Alright, now we want to come over to this left side, because this is one of the key items that we're going to want to grab. Is over here, past this clean rotten knight. And in this chest is the Valkyrie's prosthesis. We're going to want to give that to Millicent. As we know, she's missing an arm. So, what perfect replacement than this golden arm that she'll be able to use. Alright, and if we jump over to this building on top of here and come up right here, we get our second side of grace of the area. And start pouring into our HP and endurance again. Right. cookbook. Go back down the ladder. And then as we exit this building, there's going to be another Clean Rot Knight here. Cross the bridge. Let's kill this dog first. I've died a surprising amount of times right here just by falling down off of this bridge, so let's try to not do that. That hurt. Ooh, don't you dare rot me. Beautiful. Alright. Oh, there's another page there. Oh, wait, no. The page is up here. Ouch. Jerk. Alright, and then out in this courtyard is the last place we'll go before our ascent to the boss of the castle. Ouch. Alright, if you are interested in unlocking a shortcut, you can come knock down this ladder. Yeah, then we'll take the elevator up. And the boss of the castle is going to look very familiar to you. It is Elemer of the Briar. But up to this point, we have fought 2 bell-bearing hunters who are just exactly modeled after him. So we've got some experience with them already. As you all know, I've mentioned I suck against these guys, but we'll see if we can take out Elemer here. Ouch. I thought we were over to the side enough. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. How is that not a stagger? Come on, dude. I feel like this guy just has unlimited range. It's just really obnoxious. Dude, come on. I don't know how we haven't staggered him yet. Oh, and there's the grab. Jeez. Told you, I suck against those guys so much. He does drop his weapon and shield for us upon defeat. Up here you'll also see a painting of Millennia, arguably the hardest boss of the game. We'll be fighting her much later. There's actually some pretty cool lore associated with her here. On my first playthrough, I actually didn't get here till like somewhat late in the game, and so when I saw that painting, I was like, what the frick? Like, what does that have to do with anything? But actually some pretty cool connections that you can find associated with that. So yeah. Alright, let's level up real quick. Alright. And again, now that we have the Valkyrie's prosthesis, we're going to go talk to Millicent and give it to her.
Tracing the path Melania took, she's passed into the lands that lie beyond the Erdtree. Are you giving me this arm? Thank you. I am in your debt yet again. I think if the arm serves well enough, it might be possible for me to wield a sword again. If the arm serves, it might be perhaps that.
Perfect. Okay. Now that we've given her that, before we continue on with some other stuff, we're going to go to the round table hold real quick. Now back in the round table hold, come over to the left side. You'll notice that door is open. We have a new NPC to talk to, who is also tarnished.
Have you ever felt the curse? With your whole being, the pox upon life itself, feared and despised by all. The reviled blessing. Apparently not. You are but a lamb, a stranger to defilement, ignorant of your own ignorance. You no longer interest me. I've been long without peace. Don't spoil my quietude. I asked you, be thankful that it is all that keeps your death and...
Okay, so that's all we really need to do with him. Now we'll give our bell bearings that we've got. And now we can purchase up to Somber 4, unlimited wise, with those bell bearings that we have. Alright. And then I believe that's all we really have to do right here now. So we will now make our way. Now that we have the Amber Starlight, we're going to go give it to Celibus.
Begging for another lesson. Doesn't mean. I won't bother. You are correct, sir. Let's more often upon them.
That's weird. It's not letting us give him the Amber Starlight. I'm not really sure why.
Begging for another. Doesn't mean.
Weird. Okay, maybe I'm missing a step. Alright, well, so much for that. Okay. Maybe we have to do some of Sullen's stuff beforehand. That might be the case. Alright, well, we'll come back to that later then. Alright, so now that we've given Millicent that arm, we're going to come back to the Windmill Village. And we're going to make our way to the top of the village. Now, up to this point, I've been doing all the bosses solo. Which, you know, like, you play this game however you want to. It's awesome to have the ability to have summons and spirit ashes and stuff like that. So, by no means should you ever feel bad about, you know, using the resources available to you in the game. I like the experience more fighting things solo. But for this fight, for questline purposes, we are going to summon Millicent. Where is her? Ah, right here. Because up here, you can see him right up there, is a Godskin Apostle. It's the first Apostle that we've come across so far in the game. First Godskin enemy, I believe. Definitely not the last. There are a number of these guys in the game. The first one I found was in Dragon Barrow, and man, as I've mentioned plenty of times up to this point, Dragon Barrow is a much higher level than the rest of Caelid, so was not prepared to fight him. But this version is definitely, as you can see, a lower level. And you can see now that we've given Millicent her arm, she's able to aid us in battle. She's able to fight now. Alright, here's phase 2. Basically, this makes him stretchier and has more these black flame attacks. It's really the biggest difference in his phase 2. Ouch. Nice stagger. Oh, tornado attack. Get out of that radius. Oh, there's the bleed proc, and done. Drops the Godskin Peeler and Scouring Black Flame. Let's touch this side of Grace and rest, and as the area reloads, we're able to talk to Millicent.
Ah, we meet yet again. The arm you gave me truly is a thing of wonder. It feels just like my own. Even handling a sword. Perhaps it is foolish to say this to you of all people, but I am sure of my skill with the sword. Thus, I would have you call upon me in battle again, should you ever have the need. I would have you call it as the only...
Alright, there you go. Okay, so now we cleared that out. We're going to go back down to this side of Grace and continue towards the southeast, towards the wall, that great wall of Lanedale. Alright, now as we're coming along this pathway, there are going to be some catapults firing at you. So we're going to try to steer clear of them by just hugging over here to the right side. Staying off the main road. Just like the hobbits in Fellowship of the Ring, we don't want to attract any unwanted attention. Alright, now as you get to the top here, you can see one of the entryways to Lanedale is open. So you can go through there if you want to continue on. However, I am reserving a separate episode for the quote-unquote eastern part of Lanedale, because there's quite a bit to do in there. So for now, we're not going to go in there. We're going to clear these guys out, though. And there is a golden seed up here that we can grab as well. But before I attempt to grab it, I usually like to take out these catapults so I don't have to worry about them. Boom. Right, now we should be safe. Oh wait, now I'm realizing I don't think I even killed the guys behind these. Oh yeah, you got that guy. Did not get this one. Or this one. There we go. Okay. And you'll see that Erdtree sapling over here. Grab that golden seed. And then make our way, there we go, to the south. Now it is perfect that it's nighttime right now because there is a night-only boss up here. But it's not a Knight's Cavalry or a Deathbird or anything like that. Oh, it's about to turn morning. Shoot. There's also a bunch of coffins down here if you want to pick up some runes. Yeah, shoot, it's about to turn daytime. Okay, let's go ahead. Just going to rest at the side of Grace and advance the time to nighttime. Oh, nice. We can add another charge. Beautiful. Now, if you remember from the very beginning of getting to Altus Plateau, after we left this lake area, I still don't have the map for you. You need the Mount Gelmir map for that. You know, after beating Magma Worm Makar and getting over here to the Erdtree Gazing Hill, we fought Lansseax, an ancient dragon, very temporarily. She is the one who is a night-only boss. To like fully take her out anyway. So if we come over here past these jellyfish, there is a spirit spring to get us up on this little plateau. Oh, there's actually a little walkway here. I've never noticed that. Oh, let's do that instead. As we get to the top, you'll see her start to fly down. There she is. Oh. Oh, watch for the fire. Get out. Lightning sword. Woo! So cool. Remember seeing Lansseax in the trailers for Elden Ring. I was just so excited to fight her. And then I discovered that I suck at fighting against ancient dragons. Oh, that was excellent. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? I don't know what she's getting hit by that's doing so much damage there. I am not complaining. It's basically with Ancient Dragon attacks, you want to dodge the initial attack and then dodge again right after for the aftershock that happens. Boom. Oh, I dodged too late apparently. Okay. Ouch. Frustrating thing about ancient dragons is, unlike drakes or the normal dragons that you fight, hitting their head is incredibly difficult. So you're really not maximizing your damage at any point, because the weakest part of their body is very hard to hit. That was a good attack. Boom. Oh, I don't know how that whiffed. Ouch. And there we go. Lansseax down. We're, of course, rewarded with Lansseax's Grave incantation. Where did my runes end up? Ah, there they are. So yeah, Ancient Dragons definitely much trickier than your normal ones. But yeah. Okay, moving on this way, you'll see up there, there's a Hero's Grave. We're going to go there in just a second. There's another Church of America that we can hit down here. Let's get a Sacred Tear. I'm just gonna let this guy ignore us. Another little grave site here. Now, as we get over to this hero's grave, there's actually a boss outside of it waiting for us. It's a Black Knife Assassin. You see her crouching down right there. So we're going to take her out real quick. Oop. Oh, the stagger midair, that was nuts. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Oh, we're too close. Whoop. There we go. And we'll walk right into the hero's grave. Oh yeah, we do get the Black Knife from that one, so if you've ever wanted to go full-on Black Knife Assassin playthrough, their armor set is a ways away from now. It's very, very late game. But yeah, you get the weapon fairly quickly. And here we are in the Sainted Hero's Grave. Now, I can't remember if we've done 1 or 2 heroes' graves up to this point. They all have a pretty common theme, that being the giant sentry-like chariot things that are running down the pathways. So you'll expect more of those in here. Now, the Crimson Seed Talisman is awesome. If you play Dark Souls and you know about the Estus Ring, that does the same thing. Your Flask of Crimson Tears have a greater effect associated with them. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this hero's grave. So you'll see this message. It says, Shadow bathes in light and knows weakness. So there's going to be some shadowy enemies who are like, you know, they're like normal enemies, but they're just completely black. You need to get them in a light, a specific light that's like shining down from a statue, in order to make them vulnerable. Oh, I think there's a revenant over here down below. If I remember right. Yeah, let's do it. We can do it. I believe. There we go. Whew. Alright, as you saw at the top of the stairs, there is a illusory wall. I really don't know the purpose of this, though, because it doesn't lead you to any items. It just kind of shows you. So that's the light that I'm talking about right there. You'll see a shadowy fanged imp right there. So if you try to attack it right now, it's completely invulnerable. So we need to kind of like bait it over here to make it susceptible to attacks. Boom, right there. When those enemies do enter in, you'll see that they're like stunned temporarily, so it gives you a good opportunity to attack them. And that's kind of how this whole hero's grave works. So again, coming down here, you'll see a number of these fanged imps that are shadowy. Let's bring it right over here. Alright, now if you see this floor, it is going to break down underneath us as we walk across it. We'll be able to get back up here later on, so if you're worried about like needing to backtrack for stuff. Come on, get over here. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and open this gate. And we're going to want to remember this room right here. Because to access the final boss, we actually need to bring a duelist enemy all the way over here and get it into the light. And killing that duelist is what unlocks the final boss room. We're gonna take the time to kill all these putrid corpses because they're just a nuisance. Come on. So you'll see the door right there, where we need to go for the boss, but not open yet. So we're going to come up this ladder. Oh, we have a ton of runes. I didn't even realize that. We need to spend those. Alright, drop it down to here. Oh, another revenant! Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it dead, kill it dead. Nice. Forgot that spawned there. Alright, and then up these stairs is said duelist, who of course is invulnerable right now, being in the shadows. Another prattling pate message thing there. And we're just going to bring him all the way with us back to that light. I will tell you there is another catacombs that works just like this Hero's Grave, where it has the whole light system. It can honestly be a little bit more confusing than this one. But yeah, I'll kind of show you how that works when we get there. Alright, for whatever reason, this guy has a tendency to just like start to walk backwards when it gets near here. So you kind of want to... It's kind of tricky the way that you want to get him to move towards you. It's kind of dumb how they're like, oh yeah, you need to bring this guy back with you, but he's gonna like leave when you actually get him here. There we go. I don't really know why that happens. Oh, hello. We're posts. Okay. But and there you go. Somewhere a heavy door has opened. Now, if you're looking to get back up to that area from before that ground collapsed, you just go up one of these. Oh, that was great. Just into here. We'll ignore these guys because who cares? There's another stone sword key area here. And then this is what takes you back to that room. So, just in case you need to get back. Alright, no clue what's in here. Aside from this Grave Glove Ort. Ah, Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +1. Okay, cool. Let's go fight the boss. Which I honestly can't remember who is the boss for this Hero's Grave, so I guess we'll just leave it up to a surprise. Also going to top off real quick for that extra damage. Hello. Alright, what do we got? Oh, Ancient Hero Zamor, okay. Ooh, we're doing big damage. Holy. That's great, because I am not particularly great at fighting these guys. No. I gotta get good at them with Night Rain coming out soon and there being just groups of them in that game. There we go. And we're rewarded with a legendary Spirit Ash. So, there you go. Oh, the Putrid Corpse. Oh my gosh. I hate the aggro range on these guys. It's so obnoxious. Okay, perfect. Alright, only a couple things left in West Altus Plateau now. We're going to go back to the Highway Junction side of Grace. There are 3 more bosses to take care of. One of which is in a cave/tunnel. Oh, let's level up before I forget. I keep forgetting how many runes we have. Perfect. Alright, so I would recommend not going up that grand staircase, by the way. There's a bunch of ballista and enemies coming down that can just kind of ruin your day. So I recommend just kind of going around like I am right here. Now, be forewarned, as we're coming up to this left side towards the cave that we're wanting to get to, there is a rune bear. So you kind of want to hug the far left side as much as possible. You can see him right over there. Unless you want to fight it, which, you know, go for it. But, man, no matter how many times I play this game, those guys still scare me. You'll see this Miranda Blossom up here. And it should be, what, right behind it, I want to say? Yes, there it is. Here we are at the Perfumer's Grotto. As the name implies, there's a bunch of perfumers in here. Also a bunch of Miranda Blossoms, a couple of chests in here to grab. If you were desperate for some budding cave moss to craft some like anti-poison boluses, then this is the place for you. Speaking of anti-poison, oh, we don't have any. We can't craft because we're aggroed on an enemy. Bummer. Oh, okay, shoot, I forgot where we are. Alright, so this cave is actually connected to another one. It's kind of cool, where you'll see this baby Estelle here. It's hanging over it. So there, you can see the tunnels over there. Well, like the scaffolding and stuff over there, that is from a tunnel that you're able to access, where it has this little side room that you get to. In fact, oh wait, no, that's from the Altus tunnel, and yeah, shoot, I didn't go to that part. I completely skipped that room. So you see, there's a couple items over there. Well, this baby Astel is going to be shooting at you while you're over there, and the only way to get it is right here. However, it is in a very precarious spot to fight, so I usually just end up running past it. But yeah, if you're ever like, man, that guy's so annoying, I want to kill him. If you did go to the Altus tunnel, then this is how you're able to get to the Baby Astel to kill it. All right, into the boss room we go for an Omenkiller and Blighted Bloom duo fight. Wow, we're doing nuts damage right now. That wasn't even fair. That's fine, you can poison me, I don't care. Boom, and there we go. And we get the Omenkiller Cleaver as a reward. Okay. 2 bosses left. Go back to the Highway Junction side of Grace. And now we're going to go up the right side of the Grand Staircase. You'll see a bunch of like remains of these like meteor crashes and stuff at the very top of this hill is a very big one with another Fallingstar beast. This will be the second one that we fought up to this point. It's right where this guy's T-posing. Go up and kill him real quick. And here we go, Fallingstar Beast time. Ouch. Oh, too early again. Man, that thing is so delayed. Boom, boom. Boom. Oh, the follow-up. Oh, how did that whiff? How did that whiff? Man. Oh, it did not get out of the way of that grab attack. Jeez. I honestly don't know if I've actually been grabbed by that before. That was kind of cool. Ouch. That's not good. Yep, saw that coming. Damn it. Usually I'm pretty confident against these guys, but man, that was rough. Might just try to get it out of the crater itself. Man, like that thing is like so delayed. There we go. There's the stagger. And we can't riposte. Because terrain. The true boss. The true difficulty of field bosses in Elden Ring. Are you playing on even terrain? If not, good luck. Ouch. And boom. There we go. Bunch of rewards for that one. Alright. One last final boss for the West Altus Plateau, and it is right here. You'll see not one, but 2 tree sentinels. Now, I love tree sentinels. I think they're a very fun fight. However, fighting 2 of them at once, not my idea of fun. So, basically what we're going to do is cheese. Not necessarily cheese, but we're going to take one on at a time. And the way we do that is by running past, going through the gate here. Touch the side of grace real quick. And then make our way back. And perfect. We've got the one aggroed. Exactly what we wanted. Nice. Boom. Ouch. That was dumb. Man, I'm surprised it is not a stagger yet. There we go. Boom. Nice bleed proc. And one last hit. There we go. Now we can go take on the other one. Alright, looks like he's already started to go down. You'll see instead of a shield, this one has a torch in his offhand. Might be able to sneak up and get a surprise attack on him. Very nice. Now, even if you beat one, if you die to the other one, they will both respawn. So, I'm be very careful, which is why I tend to take them on just one at a time. Like I said, I love tree sentinels on their own, but duo is a little much. Ouch. Ooh. We're lucky that didn't do full damage on us. That would have killed us. Beautiful. And there we go. Tree sentinel duo down. Her reward is the Erdtree Great Shield and Hero's Rune. And now we are in Eastern Altus Plateau. We can rest the Side of Grace, level up, and call it there for this episode. So you'll see the map fragment for East Altus is just right there. There's quite a few bosses and quest lines and stuff like that to be able to do over in this section, so figured instead of making one big long episode for all of Altus Plateau, I'd divide them in half. So yeah, if you found yourself watching this, appreciate you stopping by. As always, please like and subscribe if you can. It's, you know, free, but it helps creators out. So I have a whole 29 subscribers right now as we speak, so the more I can get, the better. And, you know, after I'm done doing these walkthroughs for all the Souls games, hoping to do some more in-depth content creating of like boss rankings and stuff like that. So definitely a lot of stuff I want to do, and the more, you know, subs and likes and stuff like that definitely gives the motivation to get those things out sooner and, you know, higher quality and stuff like that. So please, if you can, if you find yourself watching this, just drop a subscribe and a like. It really does go a long way. But yeah, next episode we will be taking care of the rest of Altus Plateau. So yeah, I'll leave you off there, and I will see you next time.